Hello there, my name's Scott. Today I'm going to be doing a review on Grant's Vanilla Custard, which I received from a guy called Grant, funny enough, who is a forum member on the Vape Pit forum. Before I start, I must point out I did receive it free of charge for the purpose of conducting a review. My opinion of the product remains true, honest and accurate as always. Okay, so this is a little bit different to just about every other juice review that I've ever done because it's not actually come from a supplier. Now, basically what it is, there's a guy called Grant on the Vape Pit forum. He was just sort of making up some flavours for himself, basically stumbled across a mix which he then called Vanilla Custard. He sent a few out to other people who was asking about it, and it just sort of spiralled from there. Now everyone seems to be addicted to Grant's Vanilla Custard, basically. So he sent me something, he said, would I do a quick review? So that's what this is. So, so it's not from a proper supplier, he will sell it to you, but, sort of take it with a little pinch of salt. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Pro Vary with a Phoenix rebuildable atomizer with a coil that is reading 1.7 ohms, and I've got this set to 4 volts. So he sent me out 2 bottles of this, and this is all I've got left there, so you can probably should give you some sort of indication that I quite like it. So I'm just going to drip about, well, I don't know, that'll do enough drops onto the atty. Stick that in there and give it a good toke. So as you can see, like vape-wise, you're getting plenty of nice vapour out of it. But obviously you have to bear in mind that the amount of vape you're going to get will be very dependent on your own sort of personal setup with regards to what device you're using, what voltage you got it set to, if you have got a variable voltage device, what sort of resistance your atomizer or your cartomizer is, etc, etc. But nevertheless, with the setup I've got here, getting plenty of vapour. Okay, so obviously the most important part is the flavour. Now, let me put it this way. If somebody just handed it to me, didn't tell me what it was, and they said, all right, no, tell me what flavour that is, I don't think in a million years I would ever say, oh, it's vanilla custard. That just wouldn't sort of come into my mind at all. But when you know it is vanilla custard, then you do sort of think, well, I can actually sort of see where he's coming from now. Now, if I didn't know what it was, and like I said, and somebody handed it to me, I think my first sort of thoughts would be, it's a little bit like a nice sort of sweet dessert sort of style butterscotch sort of dessert, basically. That's the sort of main thing that I get from it, is like a very nice sort of butterscotch sort of taste. But when you do sort of hear the words vanilla and custard, you do sort of think, well, actually I can pick out the vanilla, and I can sort of see where it's coming from with the custard, because it does leave that sort of aftertaste in your mouth as though you have just had like a bowl of custard, really. The throw hit wise, it's 18 milligram strength. I forgot to say this is a 60% PG, 40% VG mix as well, and it's an 18 milligram strength e-liquid. But I think it will sort of make it up to like your own sort of personal requirements. So this is 18 milligram strength, and I personally find the higher the nicotine content of the e-liquid, like the stronger or the harsher the throw hit. And 18 isn't sort of overly high or sort of low really, it's right there in the middle. I am finding the throw hit to be definitely more on the smooth side compared to other e-liquids of the same strength used on the same sort of setup. I'm getting a nice sort of kick there, but definitely not as strong as what it would be compared to some of my other e-liquids. It's a lot more sort of smoother, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. Now, I'm sure most people who've watched any of my reviews know that I'm quite, I'm quite fussy really when it comes to flavours, and I do tend to only really vape either a tobacco or a menthol, and I don't even really sort of vape menthol that much these days either. I've never been one for fruity flavours or dessert sort of style flavours. Now I can have a vape with them for a couple of hours, but the majority of them, literally that'll be it. Then I want to go back to like a nice tobacco flavour. But the fact that he sent me out 2 of these bottles, which I'm not too sure what size they are, sort of 10ml bottles, something like that, and I've literally got probably about 2ml left out of 20ml, sort of speaks volumes really. It is actually a very nice sort of dessert style vape, and probably one of the nicest ones that I've tried really. Not that I've tried a massive amount of sort of dessert style vapes, but it is quite nice actually, and it is something I have actually been able to vape on all day as an all day vape, and not actually be sick of it by the end of the day. So that's definitely quite a bonus. So there's not a great deal else I can really sort of tell you about it. Now, like I said, it's not a website. He hasn't got a website or anything like that. It's just literally a guy on the forum. But he is going to sort of sell them to anybody who wants it, basically, or sell it to anybody who wants it. And what you need to do is contact him at this email address here, and then just basically just send him an email saying you're interested, and I'm sure he'll sort of send you over a reply saying what sort of strength you want, etc, etc. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching, and also come along and visit my website at www.e-cig-reviews.com. That's e-cig-reviews.com. Cheers guys, happy vaping, see you later.